Hi guys, once again welcome back to Revsportz. Rahul this side, and now I am outside the Salt Lake training ground. Mohun Bagan have started their training under their new head coach Panagiotis Dilmperis, and finally it's feeling like the football season has kick-started in Kolkata because Mohun Bagan have started their training session under their new head coach. On the other hand, East Bengal have also kick-started their training under their new head coach Antonio López Habas, who arrived late in the night and have kick-started their training session. Now I'm here outside the Salt Lake training ground and I will bring you all the details from Mohun Bagan training session under their new head coach. But Somnath will bring you all the update from East Bengal training session, how East Bengal trained on their first day under their new head coach Antonio López Habas. So coming to Mohun Bagan training update. Panagiotis Dilmperis, former Punjab FC head coach, signed with Mohun Bagan amidst high expectation amongst the fans. But here in Kolkata, I think Panos, his short name, Panos will have huge expectation and pressure from the Mohun Bagan Super Giant fans because of course he has impressed everyone in Indian football with the job he has done with Punjab FC in the last 2 years. Last year Punjab finished in the semi-final of the Super Cup. They got knocked out from the semi-final of the Super Cup. Then they finished third in ISL. But here in Kolkata, every time any coach signs with the two Kolkata giants, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, always they carry high expectation and pressure because these are clubs with a huge fan base and their fans are so passionate to the club. So every time they step onto the pitch, they carry high expectation and pressure. And also at the same time, if you see last few coaches who have worked in Mohun Bagan Supergiant, all of them have set high expectation. Jose Molina, he won double ISL champion with this Mohun Bagan team, but still, he was sacked by Mohun Bagan management. Then Sergio Lovera. Under Sergio Lovera, Mohun Bagan finished second to East Bengal, the eventual champion of the ISL, just because of goal difference, and that's why management sacked Sergio Lovera. And now they decided to bring Panagiotis Dilmperis. So of course, the benchmark is highly set for Panagiotis Dilmperis. If something goes wrong in this Durand Cup, the first tournament of the upcoming Indian football season, then of course fans will start scrutinizing the decision of the new head coach. So first day for Panos, of course, before the training session started here at the Salt Lake training ground, Panos had a long chat with all the players, with every member of the team, not only the players, the support staff as well, the doctor, the physio, and also he had a special chat session with the captain of the team, that is Subhashish Bose. And then they all step onto the training ground. Then they had an intense training session, and of course a challenging week coming ahead for Panagiotis Dilmperis because Durand Cup, the Indian football season always kickstart with a Durand Cup in the last few years, and this time also it's same. But this time the opening game of the Durand Cup is a Kolkata derby, and which pose a difficult challenge for both the clubs, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, and both of their new head coaches. So Panagiotis face an uphill task because just within 4 or 5 days his team will face their arch rival East Bengal. So it's going to be challenging for them. So now it's up to Panos how he prepare his boys for their arch rival East Bengal on Saturday. Of course, Panagiotis or any other coach wouldn't have been happy with this decision, to play derby in the opening game of the season. But now the schedule, the fixture is made, so no other options left. But now it remains to be seen how Mohun Bagan under their new head coach prepares for this Durand Cup challenge, and especially the Kolkata derby on 25th July. So that's it from Mohun Bagan training ground. Now Somnath will bring you all the update from East Bengal training ground, what East Bengal and their players did under their new head coach on the first day of the training session.
Meanwhile, at the other part of the city, in Newtown, Antonio Lopez Habas has started his preparations with East Bengal. To be precise, East Bengal has started their preparation a week ago for the Durand Cup under their Indian assistant head coach Bino George. But last night, as you all know, Antonio Lopez Habas, he has landed in Kolkata, and without wasting further more time, he has joined the East Bengal training, and we can see that intensity among the players also. If you talk about the training under Bino George, the team was primarily training on fitness and the workload they will take in the upcoming season. But under Antonio Lopez Habas, the intent is clear. The players has to work their everything, have to give their everything, and they have to deliver their best on the pitch. And today the tactical session begins for East Bengal, and we can see in the practice session also that intense passing, intense situation practice, and set piece also are a part of the routine in the East Bengal training. But if you talk about Antonio Lopez Habas a bit, then no doubt he's one of the most successful head coaches in Indian club football. He has won ISL title, ISL Shield with Mohun Bagan Supergiant also. Then after that Mohun Bagan stint, he went to Interkashi and also helped them getting promotion in the ISL. In the first year only in Interkashi, in Antonio Lopez Habas has won the I League and his side was promoted in the Indian Super League. And after that, last season in the truncated ISL format, Antonio Lopez Habas has had to part ways with Interkashi. And obviously, and now in this very season where East Bengal were struggling a bit with their investor, Antonio Lopez Habas came here to rescue the red and gold brigade. And it is most likely to be seen whether Antonio Lopez Habas can he defend the ISL title with East Bengal. But all this begins with the Durand Cup, and the Durand Cup opener will be a Kolkata derby where Antonio Lopez Habas' East Bengal will take on Panagiotis Dilmperis' Mohun Bagan in the Durand Cup opener on 25th July. So we can say that only 3 to 4 days are left for the iconic Kolkata derby, iconic Durand opener, and problems are obviously there for both the sides, and especially for East Bengal. The foreigners have not yet arrived in the practice session. Obviously, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, three foreigners will arrive for East Bengal, but whereas for Mohun Bagan, only one foreigner will arrive. And most likely, we will see a majority of the Indian players in the Kolkata derby. And in that aspect, how will Antonio Lopez Habas' East Bengal will perform against Mohun Bagan? That is to be seen. But we can clearly see the difference in the practice session of Antonio Lopez Habas and Bino George. The intensity has been top notch in East Bengal, and obviously far here from the VYBK in Newtown, Kolkata, in the National Center of Excellence ground, East Bengal is silently preparing for the upcoming Durand Cup under Antonio Lopez Habas, and it is to be seen whether East Bengal can they start the Durand Cup on a win, on a high note, or Antonio Lopez Habas has to work a bit more for the red and gold brigade. That's all for now. See you in the next video.